Storytelling, first of all, tell you the story of the Jacobites, get a little bit of connection with the house. Then we're going to show you the sort of weapons and equipment that a Jacobite soldier would have carried. Now, for those who are not familiar, the word Jacobite comes from the Latin for being supporters of James. Jacobus, Latin for James, Jacobite meant supporter of James. We're talking about King James II. Way back in 1689, he had been forced out of the country by the Parliament. He had been the King of Scotland and England, but he wasn't popular with the English Parliament. Those who supported him and tried to restore him to the throne became known as Jacobite supporters. But probably the most famous Jacobite was King James's grandson, Bonnie Prince Charlie. And he's the man we concentrate on our study today. Right, we have a picture of him here. A handsome chap, isn't he? Right. Bonnie Prince Charlie, the last of the Stuart line. He arrives in Scotland in the year 1745. His idea is to raise an army of Highland clansmen and overthrow King George II, who's down in London. Now the Jacobites, when they arrived, organised themselves at Glenfinnan, didn't have a flag. So Bonnie Prince Charlie asked the local ladies of Glenfinnan to make him a flag. This is what they came up with. Basically, they took the European colours, red, white and blue, and stitched them into a simple pattern. The only thing missing from this flag is a quotation that was done by the local minister, stitched into the cloth, which said, "Tandem triumphant, this time victory." So the clans would gather to this standard. If you saw this flag coming up the high street, you knew the Jacobites were up behind them. Jacobites also wore in their hats a white cockade, the emblem of the Jacobite army. A simple little white ribbon knotted together to look like a white rose. So between the flag and the emblem, you know the Jacobites were in town. Now, the clans all came from different areas, but lots of them were prominently Gaelic speakers. Now, if I was a Highlander in Gaelic time, I would of course have a middle name in Gaelic. My name is Michael Moore McPherson, and that means I'm Big Michael, because Moore means big. What's your name, lad?
Angus Beg McFarlane.
The Beg in Gaelic means little.
That's my problem.
Nice, little Angus here. Now, what we'll do is explain a little bit about the story to the
Anyway, I didn't like you.
You didn't like me?
I've never liked you.
Why do you not like me?
You, your family and your clan, your brother especially, you get what he did? Some of his clansmen and him come down our glen. They stole our cattle and our wives.
They stole your cattle and their wives?
And we're wanting our cattle back.
We'll organise that for you then. Now, of course, the Highland clans were quite successful when they got together because they marched into Edinburgh and captured Edinburgh, but not the castle. Then the Jacobites fought the first battle just outside Edinburgh called Preston Park, so it was very big in that. Bonnie Prince Charlie now decides to take his Highland army and march them down to London to overthrow King George. Now this by itself was a great achievement. It's got a little map that shows you the sort of route they took down the west coast of England. Imagine Scotland's up here. You see all the towns and villages they had to sort of pass through. And it's incredible to think they got this far, totally unopposed, all the way down to the very bottom far side, which is Derby. Now when they arrived in Derby, they had what